What about cleaning your rifle bore in the field? You're out hunting, whether it's for a day or a week or 2 weeks. Do you really need to be cleaning your barrel? Well, sometimes yes, particularly if it's moist. If you got heavy humidity or snow or rain and it gets down into your bore, of course, you could have some rusting fairly quickly. So you want to get that out. And it's kind of hard to carry cleaning rods wherever you go. But a young girl, literally a teenage girl back in the 80s, came up with a little cleaning kit she called the Kit and Caboodle. And this is pretty much it. This isn't an original, but it gives you the basic idea. And it's a flexible cable that you use to pull through a barrel. And you put attachments on either end. So this one comes with a little handle to put on one end. There's your handle, and on the other end you put the appropriate brush or jag. In this case, we have a nice little kit with various calibers on it. And it seems to me we've got a 22 caliber right here. So we put this 22 on, spin that baby on, and now with our little 22 rimfire, all we have to do is pull it through. But as you can see, pushing it through is not going to work. We have to pull it through. What do? Well, we take the brush off and we drop it through from the muzzle. And this is nice because it doesn't matter whether you have a bolt action that's open all the way through or something like a lever action that you can't open the breech completely. You have to fish around a little bit to get that out of there. I'll just use probably this part of my knife and lift that out, slide it up, put on the brush. And now I think we're going to have a problem, guys, because there's not enough room to pull that brush through. So this won't work necessarily for every action style unless we go to a different one of the cables that comes with it. This is a 17 cable the way it looks to me. And look, it already has a jag on the end of it, a slotted jag. We can put a cloth on it, pull through. And that's about all we really need for this sort of an emergency cleaning in the field if you got it wet. Or if you got some mud down in it and you got it knocked out enough to get this through, then all you have to do is put a patch on and pull it through. Now Otis has taken over this company. I forgot what it used to be called. Kit and Caboodle is what she originally called this thing, and it was real popular with the military because you could throw it in your pack and have it with you and clean most anything when you needed to in a hurry. And these days, of course, they've adapted it for just about everything, including big shotguns, big bore rifles, and they're selling accoutrements to go along with it, like patches. The original came with a bunch of patches, but now you can get various size patches, and they've got a new system here with slots in the patch, and you're supposed to be able to select a slot and push through and then pull part of it through that slot, and then one size patch fits a lot of different calibers. Let's just see if that works. So this is supposed to go through a 22. Looks like it might be a little bit tight, but let's give it a try. Look at that, guys, right on through. Now obviously we see a little bit of carbon fouling on here, but not a heck of a lot. But if we want to dry the bore, that's a great way to do it. If you actually want to clean, of course, to get rid of some of that carbon, you're going to need some sort of a solvent. I'm not going to indulge the solvent right now. It's pretty obvious what you do with that. You soak your patch and you pull that through, then you follow it up with some more patches. I don't think very many hunters are going to really need to be cleaning their bore for accuracy. I think it's mostly a maintenance chore. So do what you think you need to do. You know, if you're out shooting a lot of guys will go to camp and not just hunt, but target shoot with their buddies, have little contests and whatnot all. So if you're putting a lot of rounds down your rifle, you probably do want to clean the board a little more thoroughly than that. And I think I'll demonstrate that on a larger bore here. This guy is a much bigger bore. It's a .338 caliber. The actual cartridge it shoots is the 8.6 blackout, and we've been shooting it quite a bit, so it should be plenty dirty enough to need to be cleaned. And now I'm certain we can go with the bigger rod and get it through here, because not only is this thing open and empty, but you can see how the bolt could get pulled off. If I drop the comb on this, I could pull that bolt all the way out. But I don't think I need to, again, to demonstrate. Now this is a little tricky getting through the suppressor and into the bore because of the bend of the cable. And I'm sure I can eventually do it, but a simpler way would be to screw this off. Simple, listen to this. Come on, screw off. And now we have access to our bore. This is a really short 12-inch barrel, so we don't have very far to pull. Pops out, and now I can select my brush. 338. We have a, looks like about a 338 right here. 38. That's a little too much. We want a 338. I may have to use a 30 caliber brush on this. Obviously, if you want to, you could pull it through the other way. Generally though, when we're cleaning rifle bores, we want to go from the breech to the muzzle, so we're pulling debris out, not pulling it back in. Now that was really loose. I probably didn't move much, but again, you've got the option of a patch. And what I've found over the years is that a patch on a slightly undersized brush can really do the job. But you can't do it this way because now I can't get it down there. I could slide in from the breech and push it out the muzzle. If I can get past that. There's always something, guys. This is why I never got hired as a professional model for demonstrating products for the market. Hey, Mr. Smooth, push that on through and show how easy it is. Okay, all right, you talked me into it. We're going back the real way. Come on, Mr. Curly. Now, I might actually need the handle that I showed you earlier on this one. No, it comes through pretty nicely. There we go. Now we've got a little more fouling on our patch. And again, same thing, you can put your solvents on there. Get a little solvent on it, you can really clean it up nicely. But I'm just here to demonstrate, not to fully clean this baby. As you can see, this kit comes with several different options, including different brush sizes and some patches in the back. So it's a pretty handy little kit. Now, the latest thing that Otis has done since they've taken this over is offered a really extensive kit of cables to fit all occasions. Look at this. Just about every size of these bore cleaning cables you can imagine. And some of them already have cleaner on them. That's what these do that the cable doesn't. Cable just needs the brush or the patch, whereas these have enough tight material. You can see how it changes its diameter. It starts off tiny and then it fattens out as it goes up the line to the caliber, and that is what's cleaning your bore. So it really makes it handy. You don't have to mess with patches or different sizes of jag and brush on the end of your cable. And you pull that right on through, one for everything. So if you shoot a lot of different firearms and you've got bores running from 17 on up to 45, and even into the shotguns, something like this is probably going to work out pretty well for you. Looks to me like this wing goes up to about 45. See if it says it on here. Bet you it does. Yeah, 45 right on here. So there you go. You've got cable for cleaning without messing with your patches or your brushes for just about every caliber a common or even uncommon hunter would be using. So if you want to get into some of this stuff, just check out Otis. They sent this to me so that I could talk to you guys about it. And I think I just did that. So easy field cleaning with these systems seems to work pretty well. This is Ron Spomer, partially cleaning his rifles. See you next time on How to Shoot Straight. Feeling kind of dumb.